What's going on, everybody? All right, so a couple months ago, we had Can Jam New York, and the talk of Can Jam New York, and I've said this many times, one of the talks of Can Jam New York was the Flip Ears Legion. And went to a party before it, let people listen to it. All of them ordered it. The fun thing about it was asking them, how much do you think these cost? Because they punch up way higher than their price. At Can Jam, I finally got to listen to the other member of the Arsenal family, the Aegis. And the Aegis is the little brother of the Legion, and it comes with one DD and one bone conducting driver. And I got to hear it for a little bit and fell in love with it. So the cool thing is that I just got it in, and we now have the chance to review not only another awesome Flip Ears, but the Aegis. All right, so the Flip Ears Aegis, right here, this sexy bad boy, retails for $479. It is part of the Arsenal series, which includes the Legion. This is its base year younger brother. It's got one DD, which I believe is 10 millimeters, and a bone conducting driver in it. To the unboxing, as you can see, got Aegis there. We've got some information on the back, and this whole motif that's just awesome. So, pull this up, makes it easier. Put this to the side. Here you've got the Flip Ears logo, which looks nice. Pop this open, and you have a nice leather case. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Make things easier. Plop this over here. Good looking case. I kind of like the case a lot because I can actually put, once you take the foam out, I can put a DAP and the Aegis in it, and it fits comfortably. Pop it open. You've got your cleaning tool here. You have the beautiful Aegis with those wonderful freaking face plates. You've got a magnet here. And I'll go ahead and pull these out. And here they are in their glory. Very good looking. Much like the Legion. You've got this very cool dark copper looking cable, which is very nice. And inside, you will also find a cool sticker. And you've got a nice variety of ear tips. But the other cool thing about this is I have pulled this out, and if you just don't want to store you can pull that out, and you've got this really nice case here that you can put a DAP, multiple IEMs. It's unlimited. So pound for pound, a really, really nice unboxing. You know how we do it? We do the fit and finish. So I already showed a close-up of how beautiful that faceplate is, much like the Legion. But it is a smaller IEM than the Legion, so it is very comfortable. No problems getting it in here, getting it comfortable, getting the fit in there. The cable comes with it, as I think you guys totally didn't set up for this, but you know, lots of videos, so little time. When it comes to cables, how I like to be able to set it up and for it to sit comfortably in my hand. It's a nice cable. Haven't had any microphonics issues with it. And it sounds like, as you will hear when I talk about sound, that it is a very nice cable sound-wise. So let's talk about sound. So you're probably wondering, Jonathan, what's the difference between Legion and Aegis? Well, there's a price difference, of course, the Legion being $850 and the Aegis being $479. But when it comes to sound, these are actually really complementary sets, and it's awesome because you could literally get the both of them right off into the sunset. So the Aegis is the base year version, where you could have the Legion as kind of like your reference set. If you want a little bit more punch and a little bit more fun, then you would definitely go with the Aegis. The Aegis has more bass, but it's not that drowned out bass where everything else gets lost in the sauce. No, you actually hear your mids, which are beautiful mids. A little bit on the warm side, but not too warm. A little bit warm, but not too warm. That's always good. So you get these nice vocals, instruments, Aries being a musician, everything extraordinaire. Um, is very good at making sure that the timbre and everything, the instruments themselves sound great, voices sound great. So you get a lot of emotion in the voices. You get the proper sound of what a guitar sounds like or piano. So not only being a bassy set, but it's also one where the bass will pull back with the music accordingly. Might be up a little bit, but you can listen to other things besides just your bassy tunes. I ran them through a lot of stuff. Michael League with Bill Lawrence. So jazz, orchestral, acoustic, things like that. And it's not a set that you would rip off your ears and go, oh, I can't listen to my other stuff with, besides my bassy stuff that I enjoy, but I can listen to a big group of music with it. So, and then the treble on it is very nice treble. One of the cool things that I noticed was that it's an all-arounder for me in a sense because I was able to throw stuff like Polyphia on there, and it does Playing God really, really, really well. So Marcin, the Polish kid on the guitar, who's really awesome, um, is very good. So things like that sound good because I've noticed with his tunings and his music that there's a lot of really good bass hits in them. So this IEM shines, but it doesn't, again, with its wide staging and deep staging, the bass is there, but also are the mids. Like the mids are not covered up whatsoever. So if you've got mid-centric music with some bass in it, then it's going to sound great. I love the test track, Bunny is a Rider from Carolyn Polachek, I think is her last name. Sorry, bad with names. Wait for that bass hit, that sub bass hit. Sounds awesome. Moonchild, Got One, I think's the name of the song. And Curse have beautiful singing, awesome instrumentation, and then bass. And it sounds wonderful on these. So I like the Aegis because, in a sense, think of it something like this. It kind of reminds me of the pairing of something like, let's say, the Macbeth, Fortier's Macbeth, and now I can't remember the new one that's coming out, the Mephisto. So Macbeth, Mephisto. Macbeth is great for orchestral, all this kind of stuff, very much like Legion is. Acoustic, just the kind of music that incorporates a lot of stuff, like um, orchestral, things like that. But the Mephisto is kind of like the bass version. So if you want something that's bassier, it's got a DD in it, unlike where the Macbeth has a balanced armature, but a special balanced armature. But it's for more of like the techno, things like that, EDM music. So very much kind of like what this is, where your Legion would be for your orchestral, jazz, things like that, even though it can play pretty much anything. But the same thing with these beautiful Aegis. You could have, these are your bassy IEMs that you could have fun with. They're your kind of like your fun IEMs. And you could do this at a much less cost than it would be if you did Mephisto and Macbeth. You could have these two, and like I said, right off into the sunset. So I think they did a really good job with these because for some people, the Legion might be too neutral, more neutral than these are. So it may be too neutral, and they want more of a boom, boom, boom in your face kind of IEM. Well, there you have this. So if you really had the two of these, you could cover all your bases when it comes to your music listening. But if you just like a bass head or you're a bassy type of person, then this definitely would be a set, and I think they did a really good job, especially at the price. Does it punch up like Legion does? I believe so, it does, because I was listening to, I've got a couple bangers here that I'm also reviewing at the same time, the Rapsodio Analog and the V3 Supreme. And I felt when you turn the lights out, you put on your favorite tracks, these are expensive IEMs, they're 47 and 63 or 67. very expensive IEMs. And this bad boy at $470 was keeping up with them. And I got the same music enjoyment out of the Aegis that I did out of them. So that's saying something. Do they punch up that high? Maybe not, but they do punch up where I feel like you're getting a great value for your money. So flip ears, another good one. Great job. So is the Aegis, man, I lost all my light. So is the Aegis a buy? Yes, the flip ears Aegis is a buy, definitely, because I feel like, again, Aries and the Flip Ears team produced a product that punches higher than its price. You're getting a lot more for what you're paying. You're getting a slightly V-shaped IM that has very, very thunderous bass, but it's bass that pulls back where you can listen to other things besides your thunderous music. The mids are lovely. You've got these great voices, great instruments. Everything sounds wonderful. And treble is very extended, very nice, and very not in your face, but it's there, and the cymbals, everything else in that register sound very good. So if you're looking for another good bang for the buck IM that you don't have to sell your kidney for, but you want to be able to enjoy your music very, very well, then yes, the Flip Ears Aegis is a good buy. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.